Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Raging Bull Sharks. Raging Bull Shark. Just one. But there are many, yes. This is a National Geographic documentary from 2020. It's 45 minutes long, and yes, this is one of many, so many shark documentaries on Disney Plus and also National Geographic right now. I made this promise that if I got too many of these in a month, I'm just shutting it down. No more shark stuff. Honestly, right now, even after while I was watching this and I'm updating the spreadsheet and everything else, there's still more than 30 shark documentaries remaining that could be selected at any moment in this quarter. We could do an entire month of just shark documentaries. Yeah. I don't want to do that. Hey, sharks are cool. Sharks are just learning stuff about them is great, but it's a little bit much. You could say the same thing about Marvel movies or Star Wars spin-offs and everything else. Yes, you could say that. Absolutely. But the setting's usually the same. There's a giant shark, there's a scary shark, there's a cool looking shark, and it's in the water. It's coming to get you. At least the way we in America edit our documentaries. At least the National Geographic. In this one, I will give it its due. It is actually better than some of the other ones. I actually like this one a little bit more, despite the dramatic cliffhanger commercial break stuff and the intense music that's always happening. I almost did a Lewis Black there. Sorry. Just all the intense music that makes it a whole lot more crazy than it really is. Yes, shark attacks happen more than they should. And the bull sharks are probably usually more likely to do it than, say, others. Mainly because the scariest part of them is that they're saltwater sharks and freshwater sharks. You put them in any body of water, they will thrive and they will kill to survive. They have some special gland in their tail, apparently, that allows them to live without the salt that's required by other sharks when swimming in the ocean. If you take a shark, just your average shark, tiger, white, whatever, just throw them in your local town lake or up a river, and they are going to die. This one, bull shark, can switcheroo their body chemistry, or however it works. They explain it so much better than I could. They can just literally just go swimming up the river, into the lake, and start biting people. And the other thing I like about this, but it's also only because it's over dramatic, but this is a lot more gruesome than most of the other ones. The other ones play it off as well, you know what, the sharks are great and nice, and they're not as mean as we think they are, and they get a bad rap, but they're just noble, beautiful creatures. That they are. But in this one, mostly all the stories end in, well, here I am. I'm telling you my story about how I was at the beach, I felt a nudge against my leg, and I just went, oh crap, that's weird, and then suddenly my arm was gone. Yeah, then they pull back from the guy standing on the beach telling the story, and you see his arm is gone. And yeah. Other things, they just keep telling stories. Some are not great at all. They're not, you don't want this to happen to anybody. You don't want to be entertained by somebody else's tragedy. But you're just hey, kid's playing on the beach. Kid gets his arm ripped off. Kids. You don't want that. Kid get his arm ripped off. Dad grabs the shark by the tail and drags it onto the beach, where a park ranger or somebody takes a gun and shoots it in the head with the boy's arm still in his mouth. And then they take the kid to the hospital, reattach the arm, but because of so much blood loss, he gets brain damage. I spoiled that story for you. And they don't try to dramatize it. There's nobody acting these things out, thankfully, that I could recall. Maybe I blacked out and wasn't looking the whole time. But they do get the real people who survive to talk about this stuff. And the other people, well, who didn't survive, obviously, they're not being interviewed. But it's the kind of thing where it's more intense and more bloody. There is a few reenactments here and there where you see a guy just hands dripping in blood, no gore or anything else. But if you're a little squeamish about blood, this is definitely not for you. But the stories do not end up well. They're not just like, oh, I got a bite and I'm okay now, or they focus on the sharks more than the story of survival that the people that they talk to give. So they're all over the place, but it's all about the sharks. And they pretty much make it clear. You feel a bump against your leg? Get the heck out of the water now. Because he's just testing you. He's testing to see if you fight back. If you don't, you're edible. Or you're potentially edible. So, this, I will say, like I said, this is one of the just more interesting kind of shark documentaries. I will not say that lightly because I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm so tired of shark documentaries. If the next one that shows up here is a shark documentary, we've already had one earlier this quarter in April, I'm pretty sure. If I get another one in this month, I will watch it, but that's it for the rest of the quarter. If another one comes up in the rest of this quarter randomly, because again, I can't, even if I say no more, it doesn't mean that it won't still randomly come up. If a fourth one shows up, maybe not for 2 quarters. I keep changing the rules on this, but we'll see. Either way, if you like the shark stuff, this is probably one you don't want to skip. It's probably a good warning, depending on where you are. The places featured: North Carolina, Florida, South Africa. If you go to any of those places and hang out there, keep your eye out for the bull shark. They're not good. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. Not a shark.
329.
329? Okay. It's staying within the 300s. 329. Oh, okay. This is the 3rd documentary in a row. We're getting back into this documentary. By the way, out of all the things we have left, I know I said we have more than 30 shark documentaries. Out of the 4 different categories of things we have, shorts, series, movies, and documentary reality, we have more documentary reality than anything else. And they keep on coming. And with the writer's strike so far still going, there'll be less and less written material provided to us in the coming months and years. And that doesn't happen immediately because obviously they banked a lot of stuff. Stuff that already has been made and will be released. But in time, they're going to run dry for a bit. And that's when reality stuff and documentaries, which still have to be written, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, we're watching Origins, the Journey of Humankind. Okay. There should be no sharks in that one. I'm guessing. We'll see. Origins, the Journey of Humankind. Not sure if that's National Geographic or not, but we'll see on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.